So,
Fine, go ahead.
yes, like that. So, oh boy. Inequalities. Inequalities. Who here remembers inequalities?
I remember it, but I can't give you an explanation. But I remember.
Can't give me an explanation. All right, so rule number one rule number one for this class, listen to the teacher at all times. Rule number two, whatever I write on the board,
You write down in your notes.
exactly. Okay, so
Wait, I know what inequalities are.
inequalities.
Good job.
Okay,
I know what they are.
inequalities. What are inequalities?
Inequalities is like when they're not, like when you can't. So it's like 10 over 3 or 12 over 1. Is that inequality?
No. So inequalities are, let's say, forms other than the equal sign.
Oh, greater than, less than.
I'm so stupid.
Okay, forms that are other than the equal sign. Notice how when I told y'all that definition, y'all automatically remembered what they are. All right, so let's discuss this, shall we? All right, so you have greater than, okay? You have less than,
And equal to?
Equal to absolute value.
you have greater than, or equal to. Then you have less than, or equal to. Okay?
You forgot equal. Or equal.
No, you will not have no type of equal sign here with inequalities.
Sure about that.
Promise you, you won't.
Included on that.
I already gave you equations with the equal sign. That's why they're called equations, because you have the equal sign. These are inequalities, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Make sure y'all write this down, all right? Now, whenever you have your greater than or less than signs, your circle on the graph will be open. So what do you think your circle will be on the graph for greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to?
So,
Solid or closed, okay?
Oh, I hate this.
What?
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
All right. So, but how do we graph this? Well, first off, when solving an inequality, you solve it just like a multi-step equation, okay? Treat any of these like it's a multi-step equation, all right? So, with that being said, when you're solving this, when you graph it, after you get done solving it, when you graph it, whichever way the arrow is pointing, that is the way that you graph it on the number line. So let's say, for instance, you have your number line, right? And don't worry, I'm gonna be giving y'all the number line, all right?
okay.
So you have a number line, and you have 0, right? Well then, therefore, anything that's greater than, you'll have an open circle, and you'll be graphing that way.
Okay.
Less than. Whatever your number is, open circle over it, graphing that way, okay? Whatever way your sign is pointing, notice how these signs are pointing. Treat them like arrows, okay? Treat them like arrows. So whichever way that arrow is pointing, that's which way your graph goes. And same thing with greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, okay? You have a graph, right? Whatever your number is, I'm just choosing 0 each and every time just to show y'all how it looks, all right? It'll be closed circle. Which way will it be going, to the left or the right?
Right.
The right, good job. Okay? If you have a graph like this, which way would it be going? What kind of, yes.
With the closed circle.
With a closed circle, yes, it will be closed. Okay? Usually when I had my students do this stuff freehand, I would just have them draw a graph with 0 in the center, and whatever number they got, whether it be like a +4, then I would just have them put the +4 right here with an open circle over top of it and graph that way. But because I have this CUDA software, and for those students that are online, I give you the graph, all right? Any questions, comments, concerns? No? You sure? All right, these are y'all's notes. Now I'm about to go over the stuff.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is the sheet of paper where we all have it together, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Now, for those of you who don't know, treat these inequalities like equal signs, okay? Treat them like equal signs, all right? What does this mean? Well, look at number 1, right? You have 4x, number 1. Just place it right there. Thank you. You have 4x minus 3x is greater than 3, right? For your first one, all right? Treat this like an equal sign. Treat this like a regular multi-step equation, okay? And this is why I went over multi-step equations first, because you're not going to be able to get any further unless you know how to do multi-step equations here, all right? So looking at this, what's 4x minus 3x?
1x.
1x.
Oh, is 1x.
X is greater than 3. What does that mean? Well, that means on that number line, you have 3 right here, because that's a +3, right?
So you go from
Sure.
3, circle.
What kind of circle is above it?
Like just a regular circle.
Is it open or closed?
Open.
Open.
So it's just a regular
I said it.
circle. That's what I said.
All right?
And then
And
this
which
one-
way is it
this one.
pointing? To the left or right? Which way is
This
it?
way.
To the right.
Right.
To
To
the
the
right.
right. Boom.
Boom. Done. Collapse.
Easy.
And that's what it looks like.
That's all.
Easy claps.
That's it.
I might actually pass this test.
I don't know about that one.
All
I
right?
don't know about that one too.
So, it gets a little bit harder. Look at number 3.
Why'd you say that's all if there's more?
No, that's it for that problem. Look at number 3.
He said psych.
-6. I'm going to replace this n with an x.
Okay.
Plus 2x is greater than or equal to -12 minus 6x. All right? This is where we have our variable. You have a variable on either side of your inequality sign. All right?
Good.
So, looking at this, obviously, we're going to do this pretty much right. Well, first off, what happens right here?
You subtract them.
So
You got that? You add 'em.
you do
You
subtract
add
them. You do subtract them. So what's the difference?
-4. It's gonna be -4x.
-4x. Good job, right?
And then you put
Is
this
greater than or equal to a -12 minus 6x.
And then take the x and a, and then put it to the side.
Okay?
Just like-
How we gonna
Take
get
the
this?
negative 6x
Uh-huh.
to a positive 6x, and bring it to the other side to negative 4x, and then you just go from there, which is gonna be a 2x,
I hate this.
which
It's
is
greater than or equal
greater
to
than
negative
or equal to
12.
12, so then you go to negative 12 on the thing.
Can we
Then
put the
after
cosine?
12 on the thing,
Don't you have to
right? And it's gonna be
flip it?
12.
Now, I will get to that, but we do not flip it.
Oh.
Keep changing.
You do not flip it. What is negative 12 divided by 2?
Yeah, you do.
6.
You flip it.
Negative 6. Only time, I was going to get to that on one of these other questions. The only time when you flip the sign, sign flipping, sign flipping. Let me capitalize that F.
Capital.
Okay? Sign flipping. When you're sign flipping, that happens when a negative
Good boy. Good boy.
is multiplied or divided onto the other side.
Okay.
Okay? That happens when you multiply or divide a negative to the other side. You might want to write this down in your notebook, okay?
Not a positive.
So, because this 2x right here is a positive, right? And you're dividing this positive 2 to the other side, then the sign stays the same, okay? The only time when you flip it, just wear your glasses, Morgan.
So number two.
Just do it, man.
All right.
You want some outside?
So for number 2,
So yeah. So number 2 would be the flip thing.
let me see. Yep.
Yeah.
Want me to do number 2?
No, I mean if they want to, but like yeah.
Because I was gonna move on to 5, and number 5, I know either number 5 or number 7, you're doing the same thing. It's number 5. All right. So look at number 5.
Oh, you do the rainbow.
We have 4 times 1 minus 5x is greater than